Hello folks, we are going to the vegan festival at the Grain Market in Santa Cruz, which is in Trinidad, an island in the Caribbean. For those of you who have been here already, you may find it looks a little bit different. That's because there's a lot of construction in the area. And that's the sign there, the Grain Market. We turn left here. And I'm going to speed it up a little bit because it takes a while to get in through all these cars. Normally when you turn here, you would see a lot of green. But that green is being removed by construction, taking out the green in Green Market. And that lovely lady in the center of the screen with the hat, that's Vicki-Ann Assevero. We'll be talking with her later in the video, so you can stay to look at that. Meanwhile, we're going to the back where there's more parking. And these dogs were fascinated with my camera and extension rod and wanted attention, so I decided to give them a little bit. I'm going to be heading towards the main entrance of the Green Market now. And as we do, we can take in some of the surroundings. A lot of plants here, a lot of conservation, a lot of small scale farming going on. And you can see on the right all the construction going on. Normally on the right there would have been just green, just as it is on the left. And of course, those of you who have seen my other JB Man Cave videos where I talk about how Trinidad is slowly turning into a concrete jungle and all the green is being taken away. So basically it doesn't look like a Caribbean island anymore. It looks more like a concrete jungle. I personally just love green. Anyway, so what is a vegan festival? It's actually a vegan food festival where different business people, interested parties and so forth bring their food, their recipes, their products, basically to share with the community what's available as far as vegan goes. Vegan being that the person does not consume any animal products, no dairy, no meat, no honey. Somebody asked me if vegans eat honey. Well, I personally do not eat honey, but I know some that do. But basically, if you're vegan, you should be staying away from all animal products. And the reason vegans do that is because we believe that animals are sentient beings, that they, have feelings, they have their space in the world. We are not overseers over them. They have their right to the earth, just as we do. And so they deserve to live. And we shouldn't be taking anything from them, especially not their lives. Other people become vegan for just the conservation effort, just replenishing the earth. Various people have various reasons, but the gist of it is veganism is really about the animals. Now, not necessarily everybody here is vegan. They may be vegetarian, which is different, where they do not consume meat, but they do partake in milk, dairy products, and so forth, eggs. Now here's one of the stalls featuring artistic metalwork, and that I showed you some of this in my first vegan festival video in 2021. Maybe you have seen that. If you haven't, you can always look for the link in the description. I'll put it there so you can see that one as well. But a lot more of this has been done since my last visit. Very creative. You've seen some of my welding videos, so you know I can weld, and so because of that I can appreciate this even more. If you don't know how to weld, this may just look interesting to you, but just the idea that goes into this, looks like an awl, but it's really a saw. Things that might just be lying around that you think is junks could actually become creative works of art. This could be really good for your garden or wherever you like. And by the way, I'm not an affiliate of any of the store owners, the business owners here. I just like sharing what people can do, especially when it's good. Here's some more of that metalwork showing an ibis is using metal, things that you might throw away, that actually could be really good art. And I had an accident while showing somebody what the extension could do. Bam! This happened. Yep,
What the
I
fudge?
almost thought I lost my GoPro and my extension, my stabilizer, and you can see how it's giving me a little trouble there, but I was able to work it out. So don't worry, I will be able to do more walking around videos for those of you who like to be on JB's Man Cave to see that. Anyway, let's continue the vegan festival. Part of what the grain market does is allows farmers to come and bring their produce, their vegetables, their fruits, and sell it. So even though this particular day is a vegan festival, I believe it's every Saturday they have the farmers here selling stuff. This is a book exchange, and across there where the camera is showing now used to be all green, and there would be more stalls there, but it's all taken up by the construction now. So I'm just showing you some of the vegetables being sold, some of the people passing by. And of course, if you see their mask on, it's because we're still in a pandemic. This is March 2022. We were recently told that things would open up more in April, and April 4th. So everybody's waiting for that with bated breath, but the mask wearing might extend a bit. And as I've said before, sometimes I blur if I'm seeing children or any awkward moments, I might blur it. My idea is just to show, not to embarrass anybody or take pictures of kids or anything like that. Anyway, so sometimes people stop me, like I said before, and I kind of just stand there talking with them. And when that's over, I move ahead. Some of this I will stop so you can take in some of the green market. As you know, with JB's Man Cave, I try to make it in such a way that you can feel like if you were there. So if I'm constantly moving and cutting and editing, then you really wouldn't get the gist of what it's like. But so by me leaving this more or less unedited, you can get a better feel of what the activity is like. Now, and that green tent on the left is a DJ. That's the only thing I do not like about the coming here is the loud music. I don't really care for that aspect of it, and it actually causes me to have to mute this in order to not pick up that music. I would really rather just having natural songs, hearing the people talk, being able to talk with the people in the stalls and so forth. So I could hear what they're saying, but I can't because the music's just so loud. But Trinis, they love their music, so I guess it's there for that purpose. Now in each of these stalls they may offer a product or a sample, so maybe they will allow you to try something. If you like it, you can always ask for more by making a purchase. And for those of you who have not tried, as we say, veganized food, really, you may already be eating vegan food. Because if you think about it, when you eat fruits, when you eat peas, beans, rice, anything with flour, all those things are vegan. Once they don't have animal products in it, then it's vegan. So basically, a doubles, a veggie roti, all those things can be vegan. So like I said in the 2021 video, I would stop at each of these stalls and hear what the business owner would be trying to sell or share or whatever have you, but this year I'm just moving along. That guy with his soup, I didn't try it, my wife tried it. She says it's a really good soup. Uses chana as his base. In the 2021 video he explained what he does and why he does it. Again, you could check it out. It's just a different angle. I'm not using a stabilizer, just a pole. And we're gonna follow Miss Assevero so we can have a short interview. You can learn more about why she started the grain market and what it's about. She has a rich background. We're trying to get away from the music of the DJ, and I've never been to this part of the grain market before. And when we get to the top, I'm gonna let her take over the talking.
All right, well, my name is Vicki-Ann Assevero, and many people call me the Green Market Lady. I started this market almost 10 years ago. It will be 10 years in November. And our real purpose was to see whether we could change people's patterns of production and consumption. So if we could introduce better growing practices to our farmers, help to transform many of the products that we grow here in Trinidad into other products, cassava into cassava flour, for example, essences into soaps, many things like that which people would know. And of course, we're always excited to have the Vegan Festival. It is one of our most popular festivals, along with avocado and breadfruit. I have to say those seem to be the two most popular ones. And what excites us the most is that a lot of people who are not vegan, who are not vegetarian, come to check out what it means to start to live a more plant-based life, a life that is more conscious and just more attuned to how we produce things. So if you understand that we are producing cattle and chicken in pens and feeding them antibiotics and hormones, which ultimately come and disrupt our human endocrine system, then maybe you don't want to do that to yourself. And if you understand that by growing food in an organic manner, you're getting more nutrients, your food will be more nutrient dense, and that you'll live longer in a healthy state of mind and won't get Alzheimer's, maybe then you will consider that. So in the end, our goal is to help to educate people, help people connect the dots between our natural environment, what it offers us, how we can conserve and preserve it, including how we preserve and conserve our biodiversity, and how we make ourselves more healthy. And one of the ways we do that is by living in community, and the Green Market is a great community. My hat's off to all the vendors and all the people who have come and patronized us over time.
Now people are gonna wonder if you're from abroad or if you're a Trini, or can you explain your accent? Because they're going to wonder.
Yes, they will wonder, and they have wondered. Yes, I was brought up in the United States of America. I was born in Washington, D.C. My dad is a Trinidadian and my mother is a Jamaican, and they happen to have us abroad, and so we grew up there, so that's my accent. But I'm a true Caribbean person.
Very good. And in case you're wondering, there's a lot of construction going on, and That's what all the pounding in the background is about.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Our new neighbors, but you know, we will work with them and have been working with them. Yes, pouring concrete for us is a little bit of a difficulty because we know that the land needs to get water, and we want to make sure that our aquifers are filled. So, you know, it's just one of those things that we have to keep working on. It's, you know, architecture and land use is not my field, but I know that we should spend a little bit more time thinking out in front, thinking into the future about how we use land and what is the best way to use land. I mean, while you have me, I mean, I read a study the other day, 55% of children who do not grow up in and near green environments have psychological problems. That should tell you everything.
Now, besides the actual market itself, is there anything else to the area?
Well, you know, Santa Cruz, I'll just talk about the whole area. Santa Cruz was a farming valley back as far from the time of the Venezuelan Revolution, Simón Bolivar, and so on. So we've always had the citrus and cocoa that have been grown in this valley. And over time, I mean, when we bought, that's 40, 50 years ago, it was still 5-acre plots. So it was still agricultural land. That is changing. Town and country is, you know, making it so you can build a house, you know, so you have house-sized lots. And that changes everything. I just think we need to have integrated urban and suburban planning. And, you know, we have our chickens. All of a sudden, if you know what will happen if you have chickens and you're living next to somebody who has an urban mindset. Chickens make noise. They're going to be unhappy. This is it. So you have to carve out the zones where people can still farm and be productive and help the soil, because that's how you help the soil. You have to have animals.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.